everyone, Justin White here, CEO and founder of Senior Health Services, and thank you so much for watching Medicare Monday. We're going to talk about penalties today, and we're going to clear up some stuff because that is a humongous topic with a lot of confusion. So what in the world is the deal with these penalties? Who gets penalized? For heaven's sake, I was told I was going to get penalized for the rest of my life if I didn't sign up for Medicare at 65 no matter what. That sound familiar? Because it sure sounds familiar to me. So here's the skinny. If you are still working and you're on an employer group plan and your company has more than 20 employees, you are fine. You have what's called creditable coverage, and if your spouse is on that plan too, she's fine or he's fine, whichever the case may be. Okay? That is the deal. Creditable coverage is the government's definition of a plan that is at least as good or better than Medicare A and B. And that's what it is. So as long as you can show that, and it's group insurance through your job with more than 20 employees, that is the most common definition, and you can waive Medicare until you retire if you decide to. Now, sometimes people shop and see if that's a better deal. Maybe Medicare is a better deal than the group insurance, but that's a decision that you can make then. But you do not need to worry about penalties because they're not going to show up. We're going to file the paperwork, get it applied for. They're going to waive any penalties that would otherwise be there, and you're good to go, and you can do exactly what you want. So who is fined? Well, you have a chance of being fined if you're in a group insurance plan in a company with fewer than 20 employees. If you are uninsured completely, you have no coverage at all, you don't want to waste the money, whatever, they're going to get you later on. If you're on Obamacare or out of the marketplace, ACA, etc., those are so important before 65, and then you get to 65, it's all of a sudden not good anymore. And now you're going to get fined if you don't get out of it and get into Medicare. But that is the case. That is indeed the case. The Christian sharing networks, I've been in those before. I like them, but they're not credible coverage, and you're going to be fined if you stay in that. Right? If you don't sign up for Medicare, you're going to be penalized. You might have a conglomeration of different plans, indemnity and cancer plans and critical illness, and that's my insurance. Those are not considered to be credible. That will generate a fine. Believe it or not, this is so stupid, but VA coverage is not considered to be credible. Why do we do things like this? I hate that. I think it's a change, but that's the way it is. So you can serve our country, be in the VA, and sign up for Medicare Part B 3 years later, and they're going to penalize you for the years that you weren't in that plan. Ridiculous, okay? And then finally, COBRA insurance. COBRA insurance is the actual plan you were on, but once you're not working there anymore, it changes once you become eligible for Medicare, and they will penalize you if you stay on COBRA too long and do not sign up for Medicare A and B. Okay, so these penalties exist for Parts B, which is the doctor portion, and Part D. So if you ever find, and Part D is the drugs. So if you ever find yourself in a situation with no health insurance and or no drug coverage, and you're eligible for Medicare, you're over 65 years old, you need to call somebody and make sure that you're still within safe territory and not about to be penalized, because those penalties do last forever, but you can avoid them fairly easily. Thank you so much for watching Medicare Monday. We'll catch you next time, and I'm Justin White.